Hi guys, this is Glow by Jenny. Watch me glam this skin. First of all, I spray her face, then I allow it to dry, then go in with her moisturizer. I moisturize properly, then I go in with her mattifying primer for the T-zones and make sure this doesn't go under her eyes. Then next, I allow it to dry properly. After it drying, then I go in with my Zikiel foundation. Then I make sure that this circulates very well and also is blended properly. I go in with my beauty sponge to blend this properly. But this beauty sponge has to be damp so that it can allow your foundation to blend properly under the skin. Then after blending properly, I try to make sure that this foundation has gone towards I try to make sure this foundation is sprayed overly on the face. Next, I go in with her contour. Then I contour beneath her cheekbone and before her hairline on top. So guys, if you're watching, you'll find out that this is beneath her cheekbone. And next, I go overly before her hairline. I try to contour before her hairline. Then next, I go in with her blush, her cream blush. Apply on her cheekbone. Then I start blending. I apply this on her cheekbone, both sides, and also like a dot in the middle of her nose. Then I blend. Then next, I go in with her concealer. Then next, I blend with my beauty sponge properly. Please, when you're blending, please blend properly so that there won't be crease, and do not blend too much, because if you blend too much, you might end up breaking your makeup. So you blend properly. Just make sure you're blending, and once you look at your skin and it's blended properly, you leave it. Then you go in with your setting powder. So see me trying to blend so there won't be break or any harsh line. And when you overblend, you will end up having like a break under your eyes, and which is not good to set. Next, I go in with her nose contour. Same shade I used for my contour beneath her cheekbone and before her hairline. Then I try to blend properly. Then next, I go in with my powder to set under her eyes. So guys, some persons will be using setting powder, but at this point, I just have one shade of my setting powder. So usually I set with my powder palette, maybe a tone or two tones lighter than her own shade. I use it to set under her eyes. I used to set under her eyes, and every other necessary places I highlighted. Then next, I will now use my setting powder in the shade ginger to set. So guys, in a situation where you don't have your setting powder, especially your skin color, you can go in with your powder, then next you use the setting powder you have to set, so that the makeup will still come out well, there won't be issues. So next I go in with applying her skin shade of powder. So I start blending properly. So guys, when it comes to makeup, you have to blend properly. Is when the makeup is blended that your work will go smooth. But when it's not properly blended, there will be harsh lines. So I make sure I powder her face properly so there won't be harsh lines. Then next I go in with her powder contour. Same place I applied my cream contour. Then next I go in with her blush on her cheekbone and make sure I blend properly. So guys, after everything, I still went back with my powder brush to make sure that everything is blended well. So next I go in with her nose contour. Then next I spray her face and allow it to dry. I allow her face to dry properly. So next I go in with her setting powder. So guys, as I've told you guys, you can also use your one setting powder to achieve that flawless look. So, but first of all, you have to use your powder to set your face. Then you go in with the setting powder available. So I do this to avoid falls for my eyeshadow. Then I set her eyebrows too. So guys, I go in with my concealer. Some persons might be using, some persons might want to use eyeshadow primer, but I go in with my concealer. Then I try to blend properly. Then next I go in with my transitional shade. I try to blend properly. So guys, as I told you, that makeup has to do with blending. So you have to blend properly in order to achieve that flawless look. I try to use the traditional shade for the both side and blend well. So guys, next I go in with another shade to blend in the dark color. So that is what I was actually doing. So sorry I wasn't able to show you all the colors I used, but maybe for my next video or more videos I'll be doing, I'll start showing the colors and every shade I use, the colors involved. Then next I blend and also go in with the inner corner eyeshadow. Then next I try to blend everything properly. Next I go in with a Cara gel liner black to line her eyes. After lining this, I also line under her eyes. So guys, next I go in with my brown Cara gel liner to draw her brows. Some persons use eye pencil, some persons use Cara gel liner. So depending what you want to use, there are other products that some persons use. So you know the one that works for you, you go in with it. Then you see me trying to draw her brows and trying to make sure that it's drawn properly. So when drawing your brows, You don't have to make the front fuller. You have to make the front look natural. And I start drawing my brows from the downside. I don't start from up to draw my brows. So I try to make the front look natural and then the back fuller. I do the same thing on the other side. Next, I go in with my concealer. I use a shade or 2 shades lighter than her skin. I conceal under her eyebrows. Next, I go in with blending it and blend properly, so there won't be harsh lines. I do this on the both sides to make sure they are properly blended. So next, I'll be going in with my powder, a shade or 2 shades lighter than her skin. Then next, I try to line her lips. Then next, I apply her lipstick and allow her to blend. When I mean blend, like mapping, so that the both liner and the lipstick will have to blend together. After that, I try to powder her face with my powder brush and using her exact shade. So next, I'll be going in with her contour beneath her cheekbone. So next, I'll be going in with her blush, her powder blush. And then make sure I blend properly. I try to use my powder palette to make sure that everything is in order and also blend properly. So next, I go in with her contour to contour her nose again. So next, guys, there was like a setting powder under her eyes. So I tried to set it well and remove any excesses. Then next, I place her lashes and try to press it. So guys, after applying the lashes, if you feel like your gel liner will be loose, you try to reapply it again. Then next, I sprayed her face and allow it to dry properly. So guys, see the final look. Please subscribe to my channel so that you'll be seeing more of my videos. Thank you guys for watching.